Developed nations have a higher level per capita where health systems have excellent facilities, while developing nations are those where the vast majority use developed nations to increase their economy. Developed countries have higher incomes, an industrial economy, lower population growth, and a better support system, while developing countries have lower incomes, depend on the agricultural economy, higher population growth, and a lower ecological footprint. Today, due to the pandemic, it can be seen that no country is prepared with the best health infrastructures, especially developing countries, which, due to corruption, little capacity to supply the population, show the deficiency that comes from decades. The problem is that governments do not invest in health since they only use a minimum percentage of their annual budget. This originates due to the breach of financial commitments acquired with the investors who lent money to the Argentine government. That is why during the ninth international sovereign debt, the peso has lost more than 20% of its value, and to buy a dollar now it takes approximately 16 pesos. The advantages of the cashless society is that the economic operations are done in a simple way, without no need to verify if the money is true. It helps to avoid debts from merchants who handle large amounts of money at the end of their work. However, they also have their disadvantages, among which various types of scams can be created, especially for older adults who do not handle technology fluently. Having all your information on a mobile device makes it easier for a hacker to access your information without stealing the mobile devices. In order for there to be good consistency between fintech companies and banks, many of them must be evaluated. They must understand customers well because although banks serve many segments, they must be clear about their strengths. That is, they are millennials or the microfinance sector, only with technology companies. I think that since these times we can already appreciate that people are making payments through transfers. I consider that is a quick and simple way because it prevents us from constantly having money, and now in a pandemic time it's much better since we avoid possible contagion. I believe that to increase the development of LDC countries, governments should increase their budgets for important sectors such as health, education, design alternatives for young people with limited resources to for their own businesses, receive monthly trainings for people who don't have a job so that they can have a future small businesses which will increase the national economy. The United States is suffering the ravage of the pandemic by becoming the country with the highest contagions that exists 1.5 million people. However, the most vulnerable people are the ones affected as many companies are carrying out massive layoffs, around 35 million Americans. They have lost their job. Why they consider that if they get sick is certain death because they don't have the necessary resources to pay for the disease. Two examples about upward mobility. First, a high profit retail entrepreneur can become a full sale entrepreneur. Second, a bricklayer's son, through educational achievement, can become a successful professional. Now, two examples of downward mobility. Big businessman who has invested a lot of money in business but due to the COVID-19 crisis, he faces big losses and factory closing. Second, people who hold positions with the government may lose their position for engaging in corruption.